Sports is human life in microcosm. Howard Cosell once said that, the famed broadcaster. Sports has given us the ability to take a break from the troubles of our world and unite us in a spirit of competition and joy. Being without it lately has been tough on a lot of people, especially me. But for today's episode, I wanted to bring athletics back into our lives for these next few minutes. My name is Cameron Coyle, and this is the 4th episode of Fireside. Hello everyone, I hope you are all holding up well today, and we're looking forward to giving you some more facts about our country's presidents. Again, Brenda is with me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look at him with it. What is that called?
I think kendama or something like that.
Kendama.
Yeah.
Wow. He's really working hard at this.
No way. What?
Wow. Wasn't that amazing? So like I said in the intro, we're going to be covering some sports-related themes today, based on some of the presidents that our viewers have suggested to us. Ryan Smith from Robbinsville, New Jersey, guided us towards a fact about Bill Clinton today.
Oh.
Kelly Mayon from Hamilton, New Jersey, suggested that we talk about George W. Bush, 43. And I've been hearing that many of our younger viewers are big fans of Abe Lincoln. So get ready for that today. Let's start off with Bill Clinton, our 42nd president.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
So first president we got going here, Bill Clinton. Brenda,
Okay.
you've got your trusty encyclopedia. Why don't you tell us a little bit about our 42nd president who served from 1993 into the 21st century in 2001.
I read this earlier, and some of the main things I got out of his presidency, he's a big guy in diplomatic relations with other countries, had a lot of peace deals with the Middle East, all those countries, NAFTA, he did that, a ton of other countries too.
That hasn't caused any contention.
Yeah,
So,
it's so warm, like I feel like I'm gonna melt, I swear.
okay, move up.
Nice. It's like 10 degrees colder.
So even though their economic prosperity was going well during the Clinton administration, their organization might not have been. This fact today has to do with sports, has to do with football, but not the football that you're anticipating. I'm talking about, of course, the nuclear football, which holds the nuclear codes for the launch of nuclear weapons.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
So there's just like a football sitting around there. It was like beep boop boop, nukes.
Let me just make clear for the audience here. It's not an actual football. It's a briefcase which holds tiny black books which has all of the codes for launch within it. And you see, it's very important because for a nuclear launch, in the event that it would happen, which, hopefully it never does, the president has to authorize it. So he always has to have this briefcase by him at all times. So it was first used in the Eisenhower administration, but during the Kennedy administration, it really raised its significance because of the Cuban Missile Crisis, which of course kept everybody on edge at that point. But guess what?
What?
They lost the codes.
Actually?
They actually lost the codes.
How?
I
Left
really
them
don't
like
fully
Cadillac on?
understand how you can do that. Did they like just leave everything out on like a park bench? Like how
Nice.
do you lose it? How do you lose that? One would say it was intercepted.
Oh! That's pretty bad, not gonna lie. That's really bad.
This story comes from General Hugh Shelton, who was, during the years of 1997 through 2001, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
He was also a general.
Yes, he was a general. Here's the protocol. Every month, there's an official from the Defense Department that comes over to the president to make sure that the codes are in check, they're updated, everything is good to go, just in case the event were to occur, that a nuclear retaliation would be necessary. And for a period of a few months during the year 2000, that official came to the White House to see Clinton and to see the codes. And for a wide array of reasons, whether Clinton was busy in a meeting or just, doing something else that was very important to the welfare of the country, the Defense Department official never saw the codes for a few months.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Came to the point to renew the codes at the White House finally, and General Shelton wrote about this in one of his biographies. He stated that, at this point we learned that the aide to President Clinton had no idea where the old ones were because they had been missing for months.
Didn't even say anything about it, though.
They didn't even, contact anyone to be like, hey, guess what? We don't really have it right now. But luckily, there weren't any nuclear attacks during the period, thank goodness, and there haven't been for a very long time. Knock on wood that continues. But, in spite of this, the Defense Department did have to change its protocol. That official now has to always, no matter what, look at the codes to make sure that they're there.
Nice.
We don't need those nuclear weapons. We want to make sure we have peace with every nation in the world.
Even Bhutan, because Bhutan has the sickest flag in the world, not gonna lie.
Not the United States.
Second. Second.
The United States.
I'm talking about art-wise.
And now we're on to Bill Clinton's successor, George W. Bush.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sick. Ladies and gentlemen, we got.
Now we got an actual sports fact for you. But first, give us a little bit about George W. Bush, president when we were alive.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy to think about. So in George W. Bush's presidency, he started off with a bang because he didn't even know he was elected. But between him and Al Gore, he became president. And then that same year, basically, he went straight into having a national crisis when 9/11 occurred in 2001. And that started the War on Terror, and we sent troops to Afghanistan and against the Taliban, and then Iraq.
Bush Jr.'s administration definitely suffered from the age of terrorism that was brought about by 9/11. Again, never forget 9/11, and a big thank you to the soldiers who are still out in those areas fighting for our country and keeping us safe. But I think Brendan knew this fact about George W. Bush before he rose to prominence and was elected to the presidency. W, as he was so famously called, was a part owner of the baseball Texas Rangers.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yes, he did.
I am a big baseball fan.
1988. A family friend, Eddie Childs, Chiles, Chiles,
Something.
I don't know how to say his name, basically told George W. Bush that he was interested in selling the team, and George W. Bush, his father, had just been elected president, and he had political ambitions of his own. But didn't really have any political capital in Texas yet. He was only really just a kind of an okay businessman. Nothing really that distinguished him in the great state of Texas. His investment in the team was actually politically motivated because it gave W an opportunity to make his mark on the cultural footprint of Texas. Something that would really give himself some credibility and would even give the team itself some credibility as well. The Rangers were purchased by Bush's group in 1989. W originally owned 1.8% of the Rangers, but eventually we get a 10% raise in his stake.
Oh.
And the title of managing general partner, and was sometimes referred to as the CEO.
Oh.
Rangers' former president, Tom Schiffer, said he had a well-known name, and that created interest in the franchise. It gave us a little celebrity. Under his tenure in 1989 to 1994 in that position of managing general partner, Bush's group went 466 and 458 for a winning percentage of 50.433%. How do you think that stands up, Brenda?
That's like,
It's literally average.
yeah.
Brendan is really antsy to tell you all about Nolan Ryan, who was a pitcher during Bush's tenure. Why don't you just go off about Nolan Ryan? I'll just say
Nolan
that.
Ryan, most strikeouts in MLB history, played for 4 teams during his career. Apparently is the fastest recorded pitch, estimated fastest recorded pitch in baseball history. He threw a first pitch when he was 70, and it was 86 miles an hour. So, by the way, retired when he was 47. He basically taught Randy Johnson how to pitch, okay? So, when he was younger, he had no control. He was talking to Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, and Nolan Ryan told him, instead of playing, after you pitch and then you step, don't step on your heel, step on the front of your foot. I think that season he won the Cy Young. Yeah. Nolan Ryan, beast. Last thing about Nolan Ryan, threw 7 no-hitters.
Wow.
Also no control though. Just no control. No offense, no.
Nolan Ryan, great baseball player. A player under George W. Bush when he was a part-time owner and the managing general partner.
Did throw a no-hitter with the Rangers.
Wow. George W. Bush, in part thanks to his part-time ownership, won the governorship of Texas in 1994, so his political plot worked for him. And by the time his group was bought out, his original investment had actually grown 25 times that, and eventually cashed out with $25 million. So is he a successful manager slash managing general partner slash CEO slash part owner slash governor slash president?
I mean, baseball-wise, decent. There's some guys who are way below that.
And that's the verdict.
Yeah.
Your talents never cease to amaze me. Snail.
I was gonna do that.
Now on to our last president of today. Another sportsman. An amazing leader, Abe Lincoln.
Tensions were rising for many years at this point. 60 years, I would say, between North and South about slavery. And it just got to a boiling point, and the South was like, nah, I'm good. I want slavery. Lincoln led the U.S. to a triumphant victory.
So, this man, Emancipation Proclamation, wins Civil War, unarguably the best president ever. Like, you have to say that he was. Babe Lincoln. 6'4", 180 pounds. Right? Skinny dude. But his heyday was all muscle and frame. Bones. He's a strong guy. And that was exhibited by his wrestling career. Believe it or not, Babe Lincoln, a renowned wrestler. He's even in the Wrestling Hall of Fame today. He was inducted because his record was reportedly around 300 wins to 1 loss. So Lincoln, we imagine he's the reserved, humble, gracious, calm, cool presence that he was. In the ring, he was apparently quite the warrior. So there's this story I read on Sports Illustrated, where it basically talked about how there's once a man that challenged him. You know, as they always did, they just went up to Abe Lincoln, the 6'4", strapping gentleman, and they'd just be like, "Hey, guess what? I'm gonna beat you up with this wrestling business." And then Abe was like,
Yeah,
"All
not
right."
so much.
Yeah, okay, fine. And then just the young Abraham Lincoln basically took this guy and just very simply and nonchalantly threw him over his shoulder. He just...
Alright, yeah, so it's WWE.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
There's a crowd assembled around him, and he said to those surrounding, let me say it like Abe Lincoln would, "Any of you want to try it? Come out and whet your horns!"
That's how he talked?
No. No.
That's his impression.
That's a terrible impression. If you want a good impression, go to Daniel Day-Lewis.
Blood's been spilled to afford us this moment. Now! Now! Now!
Nobody sounded like that. There wasn't.
Because there were descriptions of him having a higher, squeakier voice.
Oh, okay.
Like how Daniel Day-Lewis had it. That's just a great shirt. I don't know how else you could say it. Whet your horns?
Ooh.
That's
true.
I wouldn't be able to recover after that. So you could tell by that, he was a serious, super competitive guy. This guy didn't want to lose. Perhaps took that same spirit over to the White House. He doesn't want to lose this war. Lincoln wasn't the only president that was a wrestler. William Howard Taft, actually, was a gifted wrestler on the Yale wrestling team. Other presidents that wrestled included George Washington, Andrew Jackson, Ulysses S. Grant, Chester Arthur, Teddy Roosevelt, and yes, our guy, Zachary Taylor. He apparently might have even seen Lincoln wrestle in Illinois
Oh, wow.
when they were fighting in the Black Hawk War. So the Taylor and Lincoln matchup, maybe that might have even happened. I don't think it did from what I read, but if it didn't, that deprives the people of something that everybody wants to say. Can't you like make characters in like wrestling games and stuff?
Yeah.
Second. Wait, can we do that? Can we do the Taylor?
Yeah, in UFC.
Oh my
You can do like a whole tournament with all the other presidents there.
god. Really?
Yeah. 8 presidents, 16 presidents.
Next week on Fireside, the matchup you've all been waiting for. Abraham Lincoln versus Zachary Taylor. UFC style. What if we're just gonna do a tournament?
Yeah.
Let's do a tournament.
Yeah. Open weight.
And then the winner plays of the tournament wrestles Lincoln.
Yeah. I mean,
And then the winner of that wrestles Conor McGregor.
Sure.
So unfortunately, it looks like the clock has hit double zeros. It's a good punter.
No.
Oh.
Not at all.
Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of Fireside. Stay tuned because on Sunday, we'll be releasing our first Storytime Sunday episode. Thanks to Evan Schwartz from Parsippany, New Jersey. We can't wait to bring that to you all. Brenda, thank you again for your immense insight today.
It's my honor.
And, Nolan Ryan.
She's a legend.
So remember to keep sending us suggestions on what you would like us to talk about by commenting below this video, emailing us at Cameron@theZacharyTaylorProject.com, or by contacting us via our Zactivities page at www.theZacharyTaylorProject.com. Before we end, I would like to give a shout out to one of our earliest fans. As you can tell, Hope Brintinghofer has been really enjoying our series. Her mom sent this in to us on Wednesday, and we appreciate their support. Feel free to send in pictures of some activities that you have accomplished, or you watching the show, and we will definitely feature your picture if you give us your permission. It's really cool to see some Fireside fanatics out there, huh, Brett?
I like the name.
You like, yeah? Fireside fanatics. I think it's gonna stick.
It will stick.
Remember to like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, and see some more content on our YouTube channel or on our social media platforms on Instagram and Facebook with the handle @theZacharyTaylorProject. All right, Brenda, lead us out.
Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, come on, you can't be doing that.